Okay, picture this. It's 3 a.m. Your pager goes off, the application is down, and the clock is absolutely ticking. You're basically a detective dropped into a digital crime scene, and you need a lead fast. Well, today, we're going to meet the tool that's pretty much Sherlock Holmes for your code.
So your app is failing. Why? I mean, that's the question, right? It's what keeps developers up at night. One single user reports an issue, and suddenly you're lost in this digital labyrinth. With so many moving parts, where do you even begin to look?
And this is why it's so tough. Take a look. This is what a modern application looks like under the hood. It's not one single program anymore. It's this complex, sprawling web of interconnected microservices. A single click from a user can set off a chain reaction across dozens of these things. Trying to find one point of failure in this maze, that is a monumental task. We call this the digital haystack problem. You're not just looking for a needle in a haystack. You're looking for a specific piece of digital straw in a giant stack of other digital straw. It's not just about the bug. It's about the hours, sometimes even days, of developer time that gets burned just searching. And that's time you could be building cool new features, not just fighting fires. But what if you had like a superpowered magnet for that needle? Well, this is exactly where AWS X Ray comes into the picture. It's the magnifying glass for your digital haystack, and it's designed to pinpoint the exact source of a problem in seconds, not hours. So how does this digital detective actually work its magic? Well, X Ray is an AWS service that traces every single request as it travels through your application, creating this incredibly detailed evidence trail. It shows you the entire journey of a request, from the very beginning to the very end, and it highlights any slowdowns or errors along the way. The core technique X Ray uses is called distributed tracing. The best way to think about it is, it's just like tracking a package you've ordered online. Every request gets a unique tracking ID, and you can follow its journey as it hops from service to service, all the way from the user's first click to the final response. It's a complete end-to-end view. And here's what that tracking number, or trace ID as it's called, actually looks like. It's not just some random string. It's this unique identifier that's cleverly structured with a version, a super precise timestamp, and a globally unique ID. This simple setup is so powerful because it guarantees that every single request can be tracked and analyzed all on its own. All right, so we've got a way to track every request, which is great. But how do you visualize all that data without your eyes glazing over? This is where X Ray's true power really comes out to play. It doesn't just dump a bunch of text on you, it gives you a dynamic, interactive map of your entire application. And this is it. This is the X Ray Service Map. You can think of it as your command center for debugging. It's a live, bird's-eye view of your whole application, showing you every single service and how they're all talking to each other. It's the ultimate way to see the health and performance of your system in just one glance. And learning to read this map is super easy. Each one of those circles, or nodes, is a service. The color tells you its health right away. Green means everything's okay, yellow means there are some errors, and red, well, red means you've got faults. You can also see key stats like latency and traffic in real time. It's a full health check in one picture. Okay, so we've got our map of the crime scene. Now, let's see how our digital detective actually uses it to solve the case. When an error pops up, this map becomes our guide, leading us straight to the source of the trouble. And there it is. See that? The Canary's service is glowing bright red, with a massive 67% fault rate. X Ray has immediately pointed out the problem area. We didn't have to sift through a single line of logs. This is the power of visual debugging. So we just drill down into that faulty service, and X Ray gives us the smoking gun, a provisioned throughput exceeded exception. In simple terms, our database couldn't keep up with all the requests being thrown at it. The problem is found, the mystery is solved. Now, being able to react and fix things this fast is powerful, for sure. But what if we could be a little more proactive? This is where X Ray's intelligence really shines, with a feature that helps you trace smarter, not just harder. Here's the thing, right? Tracing every single request can get pretty expensive, and it generates a ton of noise. So how do you balance that need for complete visibility with the cost of collecting all that data? How do you make sure you catch the critical stuff without, breaking the bank? The solution is something called adaptive sampling.
And it's really clever. When your application is healthy and happy, X Ray just samples a small number of requests to keep costs down. But the second it detects a problem, it automatically cranks up that sampling rate, making sure you have all the data you need to figure out what went wrong. It's the perfect balance of visibility and cost. So, the bottom line is this. AWS X Ray takes debugging and transforms it from a stressful guessing game into a clear, systematic investigation. It gives you the evidence you need to be a more effective developer so you can spend a lot less time fixing problems and a lot more time building amazing things.
So, I'll leave you with this thought. The next time you're facing one of those mysterious application failures, ask yourself, are you debugging with real data or are you just guessing in the dark? With tools like AWS X Ray, you get to be the detective, not just the victim of the crime.